18 minutes past the hour, you're with OS from the BBC. Kerry Allen from BBC Monitoring, that takes a look at media, particularly in China for Kerry, has just sat down. Hi, Kerry. We've been taking a look at some of the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, but we were curious to hear from you about what is or is not in the media there.
Nothing on the Tiananmen incident whatsoever, and this happens every year. It's the government introduces a lot of censorship within the country and tries to ride out ways in which people try to mention the incident. I mean, every year you'll get activists who will try and use keywords, and these can be really subtle. I mean, an example, the number 46, which sounds relatively innocuous but means the 4th of June, the 4th day, the 6th month. This gets outright censored every year. I mean, what you'll have is all year round you'll have people paid by the government to remove posts, government police online who remove posts related to the Tiananmen incident. But on the anniversary there's such an extensive campaign. I mean, what we're actually seeing and have been seeing since yesterday is that a number of social media platforms are actually even preventing people from posting comments by saying that they're undergoing upgrades to their platforms. So any posts that people made are subject to delays while the governments screen them and check whether they're okay to be seen.
And I probably should reiterate, if listeners weren't with us over the past hour, and perhaps if they're a bit younger, that this is the 30th anniversary of what is called the Tiananmen Square massacre. It was a student-led demonstration in Beijing in 1989, and there were so many protests at that time, but then they were crushed, and really a lot of the references to that time wiped out over the past 30 years, and that continues to this day. Perhaps we could talk a little bit about the image of Tank Man. You no doubt saw the BBC's John Sudworth. He was showing that picture to people in Beijing, yet people were saying that they had never seen it. And this is an iconic picture globally.
Yes.
That shows this man in front of tanks that were in Tiananmen Square at that time, and it has become kind of the image that we associate with that time. But does that surprise you that all the people that he stopped are just like, no, we don't know what that is, we've never seen it?
Not at all, no. I mean, it's people kind of expect, here in the West, if you want to know anything about the Tiananmen incident, if you're young, you can go on Google and you can type in the word Tiananmen, and what you'll see is you can see some actually quite brutal images or shocking images. You see Tank Man, but this was film that was actually kind of, that people had to sneak out of China in order to get out. I mean, foreign journalists, they literally had to hide this film so that they could show it to the world, because the police were stopping people from trying to show that this had ever happened. But yeah, within China, people don't use Google. They use a platform called Baidu, and if you search the word Tiananmen there, what you'll get is a message saying, according to relevant government regulations, some results can't be displayed, and you'll just get lots of nice, pretty, scenic images of Tiananmen Square, central Beijing, nothing whatsoever to do with the Tiananmen incident whatsoever.
So there is no government angle to what happened in Tiananmen Square. It's just a blank.
Well, what's interesting is that the internet only came to China a month before this all happened, May 1989. So China had just got the internet, and then this incident happened. And this almost, the Chinese censorship that we know today, it could have gone very differently, but obviously with the incident, this became the precedent ever since that China had the internet, that it had the idea then that it could remove pages. And obviously, as the internet's developed, literally hundreds of millions of people have the internet now in China. There are so many new social media platforms emerging all the time. The government is struggling to continue clamping down on this, and what they literally have to do is pressurize companies that are not state-owned in order to come up with a reason why. They could get fined, for example, if they show messages on their platforms from users that are seen to be rebellious against the Communist Party. So yeah, they're worried about messages like this appearing because they could face huge fines. So they have to come up with reasons, for example, an upgrade to their platform to stop these messages being seen by anybody.
Kerry Allen, thanks so much.